that is a place that you can get back to. But it's a journey. And this is the part I wanted to share with you. You can't just beam yourself there because the process for coming up off of it took a while. The process is going to take a while to get you back where you was. But man, that was a strong, strong place. And it was operating in some area of gifting, I believe. You know, so I just wanted to tell you that. And that's already yours, but you got to go back and get it. Ain't nobody picked that up but you. And see, the one thing about the institution is that you're forced into sobriety and working out as a form of mind control. So I'm not going to go farther with that, but I just want you to pay attention to things that are happening internationally. They do have an impact on what we're doing here, right? And the economy here is good, and that sometimes causes people to become apathetic and not pay attention to what's going on around them. It's good for us to take advantage of a good economy to the extent that we can, but pay attention to what is taking place internationally because it's very huge, right? I just wanted to say that. One more thing I want to talk about real quick, this is just real fast, is the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. I don't know if you're a basketball person. I like basketball, and I thought that Houston had a good shot of being competitive. But Golden State just came out and demonstrated that they are the champs last night and really gave them a whooping. And then Cleveland is in a dogfight with Boston Celtics. Boston gave them a whooping. You get it? So all of that is going on. It's all going down tonight. NBA action is going down. Now, I'm an NBA-er, so I'm thinking maybe I might slip out and see the Game 3 of Houston and Golden State because these guys are playing basketball at some real high level. Some amazing level. You get it? They pass the ball so fast, the cameramen can't keep up with the ball. That's crazy.
Golden State does.
No, brother, Boston. These guys are doing it, man. I'm telling you, man. Give them people some credit. They playing ball at a high level. Anyway, that's going on, and that's a big thing around the country for all of those boys and girls, men and women who love basketball. The NBA has created the Junior NBA League for both boys and girls, high school level, and they're jumping that off in I forgot how many cities around the country, but Minneapolis need to be one of those cities that are going to use the cities where NBA teams exist to jump that off. And so that's, I have a little grandson that plays real good, and y'all probably got somebody who plays too. So that's exciting for them guys, and I appreciate that. The WNBA, the Lynx, the world champion Minnesota Lynx, they're the baddest thing in the whole town. And they are going to play, they're opening their home opener on the 20th of May. We have tickets. So those people who want to go to see the game, this is their home opener. They're going to get their rings that day. They're going to get the banner. They're going to hang the banner from the rafters that day. And just, all in all, be a celebration. I think we have 50 tickets. And Brother Wayne probably got a sign-up sheet for that. I'm going to check in with him. But if you want to go, you can figure that you could get about 3. If you get the tickets, you have to use them. We can't just be saying we're going to do some stuff and then you don't show up, or just because you don't have to pay any money somehow, you don't have a commitment to it. What we're trying to do is, there is a cost, you just don't have to deal with it. And that cost is just being accountable, but we're going to go down and see that game and cheater links on because the links, they make us forget about the Vikings and the Timberwolves. Well, them chicks can blast.
It's coming up for them time for them to win another championship. Right?
Well, they're gonna be a tough team.
Because it's every other year, right?
No, they won twice in a row. Just not.
And then they missed one year. That's twice in a row again.
So, would y'all go to your acts of faith? And then we're gonna go around the room and read that. We're gonna read the acts of faith, and then we just go around the room and say your name and give a little reflection on that or something that might be on your heart. So, anybody want to read?
I'll read. With your hands you make your success. With your hands you destroy success. Yoruba proverb. The key to success is not what you do, it is how you feel about what you're doing. It is possible to take a simple idea and create a huge success. We think people who accomplish this work hard or have others to support them. We believe they are smarter, richer, or in some way more endowed than we are. What we cannot see and do not measure is people's attitudes about what they do. Success begins with a positive attitude. It is the most valuable asset we may own.
Well, that's good.
The people at the top did not fall there. They were willing to do whatever it took, taking the ups and downs, asking for what they really wanted, and staying focused until they got it. Success is not bought or inherited. It is a product of what we put out. Success begins with a good feeling about where we are and a positive attitude about where we want to be. My success is worth the effort of a positive mind and a genuine smile.
Wow, that was your word for yourself, son. Anybody who has a reflection on that, just say your name, and then, we just kind of ease around the room and make sure everybody has opportunity. Say your name, son.
My name is Tier. I feel like I can relate this to the fight that I've had with my son. With my son before my son.
Yes.
And my attitude is, Shane, I think you was there when I told the courtroom, I told the judge, I said, I'm not here to destroy her or say anything bad about her, but I looked her in the eye and I looked the judge in the eye and I said, I don't care how many times I have to come here, I'm not going to ever stop fighting to see my son. I said, I don't care how many times you gotta come. I'm never gonna stop. And that speaking that life, that was the commitment in itself before the commitment that I made. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm already programmed so like when tough times come, I might get a little irritated, but my following thought is, you can't get into it.
Yeah.
And I have it, and I won't.
Right.
And the benefit of that is I get to have my little man.
Come on, give me some depth, man. Yeah. That's amazing.
Your attitude, like a lot of people may have gave up by now, and it's crossed my mind, but I always just be like, I always get programmed like, nah, you're not gonna never get up.
Right.
And that attitude is what's kept me in this fight.
Right. Brother, you gotta, well, I just want to say this to everybody. Healthy ears can take bad news. Just listen to it. Only healthy ears can take bad news. This is a way that you can gauge if you've made any progress or not from the you that you used to be. is that the you used to be might explode or blow up or be prone to fits or outbursts or things that would ultimately become destructive to the goal. And you would say at that time, man, I don't give up. But that was unreality. The reality is, you look at the facts, you stay focused, and man, and I mean, you ended up with, and I mean, this is not all, because in the order, if the judge wasn't going to grant something later down the line, then he wouldn't have granted it temporarily. So, I do want to say to you ahead of time, matter of fact, I'll say that. But I'll just say this, man, I'm just so proud of you. I've been to court with him, I think every time, almost every time. And yeah, you've handled that, man. And I know a couple times when you wanted to blow up just right there at the 2 more words, and I think you might have exploded, brother. But you made it. Yeah, so we're proud of you. Somebody else go. Go ahead, say your name.
My name is Kevin Rashad, and
brother.
see y'all. I think what jumped out to me first was when every time I thought about success, when I thought that it was unattainable, it was always because the people around me looked like it just came so naturally to them. And I'm struggling just to get the words right. The first step to the good life is, words. And I'm struggling to just speak like I can do this. I don't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's right.
I think that once I began to, first when I took this class in prison, and I learned about just the power of speaking life, and I wrote that down, speaking life, because somebody else had said that to me. But just the power of speaking life and what words can do when you hear them and when you say them. It literally began to change how I thought about my situation and what I could do with my situation. So that's the first thing. And then that just, of course, ties into the positive attitude. And it's ironic because it's something I'm trying to teach to my kids now that they just can't get. It's like, yo, sometimes the only difference between success and failure is the attitude you bring to it. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned now that my attitude will determine the outcome, period. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very happy to learn that lesson because it was something that I hadn't realized for a long time. It's like I'm walking into it already defeated. You know what I mean? Like no matter how insurmountable it may look.
That's good.
Like I can literally do it if I try, but it's like when you walk in like, I can't do that. I'm gonna try anyway. But it's like, why are you trying it? You already know you can't do it. So that's why I'm like, whatever it is, it's like, yo, even with the whole trying to get a job at St. Paul Public Schools, they got all of these barriers and all these things that are, people with speeding tickets can't work there.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Let alone a 4-time felon or whatever.
Right.
Guns tattooed on him and stuff. But here I am. So
yes, sir.
It's power of speaking life.
Yeah.
Life and death. So,
that's right.
Yeah, that's mine.
Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs. That is, that's amazing. What you doing? You all right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is amazing, Shaq. And man, I don't know. You pulled off a stunt when you did that. That was amazing. That was amazing. And landed on your feet after all, throughout everything. So that's pretty powerful. That's pretty powerful.
We went by that at one time too, right?
Yes? I don't think so. No, see, that was when I was working for youth services then.
Oh,
yeah. Which is another job.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That started right there.
Get yourself something to eat if you want. All right. Well, listen, man. Why don't you introduce to everybody your friend, and we're gonna let you respond to the reading as well. But why don't you just kind of help us understand who she is?
So this is my friend. lady friend, Abby. I met her at a tea house in St. Paul. And she came in, she lit up the room, smiling. I was like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? So, the smile you see right now.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we just been really cool and vibe really well. And she speaks a lot of life, you know what I'm saying? Ironically enough, she's a really powerful individual. And actually helped her get a job at St. Paul Public Schools too.
What?
Yeah. So,
Oh, y'all the dynamic duo over there.
right, so she with the baby. But, yeah, so
Wow.
no, she's just cool people, and I gave her a copy of the book, cause she needs it, like everybody does.
Sure.
And you know what I mean, like, and just some of the stuff that I was hearing her say. It's universal language when it comes to dealing with adders, subtractors, multipliers, and dividers. And I was like, yo, this helped me in prison identify adders and subtractors and multipliers and dividers. So in your life out in the world, it's easy. You know what I mean? Like, you can literally apply the science to everything you see. And she said it's opening some doors for her, or at least her eyes a little bit. So I was like, no, we gotta get. I've been trying to get her here for a couple of months now. Finally, she was able to step out. So.
Give her a little hand for coming by. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I don't know if y'all know about Racine, Wisconsin, but I've lived there for a while, and I just moved home in November 2017. I've been there for 7 years. I went to college. I graduated. I had my baby, and she's a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
But for about 2.5 years, I was in a really rough place down there, and I went through some turmoil, and it's very dark. And so I'm just coming out of that, and the amount of I had to really hold it together, and even though every day was really hard, I still regardless of how everything was going on the outside, I was like, all right, you can make it through, this day's gonna be okay, you just gotta make it to the next day. And no matter how bad and difficult it was, I would just try to hold on to the little things. And I had a newborn baby, so I was like, I have to do it for her, not even just me at this point. And I finally got out of all of that. And there was a period of time when I was living down there that I wasn't taking in no new information. I literally would think to myself, I haven't learned anything new today. Right. And I didn't even know where to start as far as trying to learn. It was crazy. But so right now, I really love my job. I'm working at Battle Creek Elementary School. I'm around the kids. I'm getting life every single day. I have, for the last month and a half, I literally have been learning 5 things every single day. And I'm just taking in all this information and love and light, and it's been great. Even if things are hard, trying, every time I go somewhere, I'm like, okay, well, what can I learn from this situation? So, I'm on a really good path, so I really like this passage because success begins with a positive attitude. It's the most valuable asset we may own, and that positive attitude has gotten me out of a lot of stuff. And right now, my success is only building from here. And yeah, it has taken me a month and a half to get here. I've been trying to get here, but every Tuesday there's something going on. So it's a success to even be here tonight. So, I'm very grateful to be here.
We're glad to have you. Give us some love. I thank you for being comfortable enough to share part of your story. Anybody want to give her any feedback? What was that? Somebody. You got to shut that down, bro.
That's over there. That's not your phone.
It's not. It's out there.
That was against.
So something like
Okay.
My stepdad that passed, he was from Racine. He used to go out and kick it in the summer. But one thing about everybody in this room is we all know about dark periods. And the good thing is, what helps is when you got a light. You know what I'm saying? dark place.
That's good.
And that can make all the difference. He was my light when I was in that dark place, and I was in a dark, like feeling around, can't see nothing place. And have y'all ever just thought what our kids would have been like if we wouldn't have came in contact? Like seriously. I sit back and I think about that, because man, like, nobody, when you was in that dark place, nobody there was positive. The general attitude is just straight negative. And nobody spoke life. And you don't have nobody speak life into you when you feel like you're dead. It makes a difference. So, this man gonna speak life into you. Definitely hold on to you, speak life into us.
I know that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's precious, man. Wow, that's really precious. Yeah. And sister, I think his feedback is pretty good. In terms of some of us been around the block a bit. And but it's a lot of love. It's really at the end of the day, it's a lot of love. Sometimes we have to have some hard conversations, but it's always for love. It's not about hurting each other's feelings and any of that stuff. So we're so glad to have you finally, that you could be able to make it. And what is your daughter's name?
Asaya.
Asaya? That's beautiful. Does it have a meaning?
Yeah. She's the first and last of the new generation.
Wow. A-S-I-A?
A-A-S-Y-E-Y-A.
She sounds Wakandan.
She's dope.
Wakanda. I love it. That's beautiful. Ronnie Baker, what you got, son?
Okay. With your hands you make your success, and with your hands you destroy your success.
So put the word "mine" in there, just so.
Okay. I'm sorry, I was reading and reflecting. But with my hands, I create my success, and with my hands, I destroy my success. Also, I'd like to add on with this my decision making. But right now, I'm at I'm just at a fork in the road of my life. It's kind of weird having forced in the road for all of this 2 years. I've been involved with this Northside Work program, and they offered me a job for $18.50. I kind of jumped onto it because I haven't made $18.50. That wasn't overtime before. It started really exciting. But I'm kind of, the job that's not terribly bad either. I never thought I'd have a job like that. And another decision I have to make is that I'm in the process of obtaining another vehicle. Trying to figure out which one to get and where I want to get it and what type of job it is. I think personally I'd rather just pay this cash for it. I don't like the whole payment thing. I could do it, I just don't like it. But then I go off into the reading some more. You have to like what you're doing. This such number right here, this paraphrasing. So as I make my decision, I'm basically gonna pick which one I think that applies to most, what I'm like doing, or what situation I'm like being stuck with.
Right. That's good, bro. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you reflected on that. I was thinking, I've been thinking about you, man. Because you know what? You're doing so good, man. You're doing good, boy. But this thing with you and your family, man. You remember the Purple Book? Calls them Just Is. Just His People. Right? That's chapter 3. Just Is. Hey, son. How you doing? Watch this. And sometimes your family just is, and I just want to tell you this in front of witnesses. The only thing that seems to pull you back is your family. You're positive, and you're going forward, but the only thing that gets you is your family, and you get wrapped up into that, you can't get out. I get worried about you when you get like that. But you are doing good. You have made a tremendous amount of progress. I mean, it's amazing, you know. You're up here talking about buying multiple cars and all this good stuff. That's beautiful. But let me ask you a question. When is the party over? Come on, son. I'm speaking really plain here. I'm gonna come back to you. You read the Acts of Faith, and we'll come back to you. Go ahead, John. Give Ronnie a hand for taking that. I'm gonna come back to you.
I thought this was really deep because, you know, when I was reading this, a lot of times I connected it with what I see on Facebook or on TV or read about one of the brothers where, you know, they reached I feel like at the top, the success, right?
Yeah.
And that's when we see it, that's when we notice it. And then we, you know, there's something that, like, oh, I want to be like that too.
Right.
You know, something inspires you, or else when we was inside, you know, we heard about somebody doing real good out there, or, you know, heard about good stuff, and we want that too.
Yeah.
And then what we did not see though was all the failures and all the different things that led up to that point.
That's good.
So, and then I thought about myself when I was in there and the despair, you know, like how broken my spirit was. You know, like I felt so defeated and lost. And it's like when opportunities came by, I didn't feel like I was worth it.
Wow.
You know, and I was like, I can't do it. I don't know. Nobody's gonna give me the chance.
Right.
You know, and then when I get out here, I'm searching for jobs. And then those no's, sometimes to me felt like it was a confirmation. Like, see, I told you you couldn't do it. You know?
Yeah.
And I had to fight past that.
Yeah.
And what was good was that I was able to keep moving.
Right.
You know, the failures, you know, the no's and all that stuff. I just thought about it like, all right, what did I do wrong?
Mm-hmm.
And then what can I change? And then start chasing the next opportunity.
Yeah.
And just kind of like a frog hopping on a lily pad to the next one.
Yeah.
Eventually I made it across the river,
Yeah.
the pond,
Yeah.
and yeah, you know, and
Right,
looking
right.
back,
Right.
I can never imagine like I came this far.
Yeah, yeah. So, just for people who don't know, hey, son, tell everybody where you're working at now and what you're doing.
So right now I work for the state. It's called the Metropolitan Council, and we are actually making the light rail, building out the light rail. It's a $2 billion project, and I'm one of the folks that is there reviewing the contract and saying like, hey, this passes the bar or not. And I've never seen that much money in my whole life.
My Lord.
Even like just thinking about like, hey, I have some influence on this.
Wow.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Come on. All right. Yeah, hold that thought, because that's amazing. I'm gonna just come back to it. Tim, what'd you get, man?
Out of, this is bad to say, I've been out for 15 years now. But actually, I never thought I could see that. I actually left Houston as soon as I got off. And
Which was
where I'm
smart.
at today.
That was smart.
Yeah, then, you know, after being here for 8 years, I got in 2009. My life has changed totally. You know, everything about it has changed. I was getting ready to move to Toledo. We were factoring to get married. And her mother lived
Give him some
and her mother lived there, so I drove there before my car got towed out. And in the process, I met my mother-in-law.
Wow.
And she seemed real comfortable around her mom. So that was one of the things I saw them come to twine. I saw her like change totally around her mom. I'm looking for an apartment down there already. I already have to sit up to where we meet some guys when I get there. have a family down there that I'm gonna meet from people that on the internet would hear before I get down there.
You're a biological family. So your people.
No. People that I haven't met.
Right.
Like the court system downtown,
Mm-hmm.
St. Paul, one of the ladies security guard, I was telling about where I was going. Me and her didn't talk like twice. The lady when you come in, she's from Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me numbers to call, and she got brothers and stuff. They fit to open the car or whatever down there. They, gym city or whatever, they could open that back up. They was talking. She was telling me about that. Actually, where her mother worked at, it's some pillar factory. And I already talked to her about it. And I already talked to people that she worked with. Because we stayed out there a whole week, you know. So I got to meet a lot of people. And it's going forward, playing it forward, like you say.
That's good. Hey, what's going on?
But here my needs is being met.
Yeah.
I'm still working, doing all the ends.
Yeah.
Still keeping money from the wreck.
Yeah.
Towing my car out.
That's right.
So I got that stashed.
Don't spend up all your money now.
So it's been on the next day. Let it build on it.
Don't spend up all your money now. Somebody said don't spend up all your money.
Don't spend all your money.
Yeah, you can't be going out of town and spending up all your money with people you don't know. You broke waiting on the pillow people needs some money. I'm just trying to tell you. Just look right here. That's a good point. We haven't made this point recently.
Thank you.
But man, I'm telling you, man, I don't never spend up all my money. All my last money, I don't do it. Listen to me. Nothing. You can never break yourself. If you locked up in commissary, you can't go to the commissary and spend up all your state pay. You cannot break yourself. That is a crime. Because we are of a variety that when we get broke, we get desperate. Them two things run neck and neck. I don't hear nobody in here. Them two things run neck and neck. And you could be feeling just like this and trick it off, and then all of a sudden with the quickness be right down here.
That's right.
Try to see what you gonna do. What can I do to flip this? And the one that gets flipped is you.
That's right.
The reason why that happens is because we don't understand that desperation is not our friend. It doesn't work well with our spirit.
That's right.
When other people cause you to be desperate, that's one thing if you have money. The Bible says money answereth all things. I'm just telling you. Watch this. You never break yourself. Now, when I first, this is a quick little example. When I first got it, came out. Say came out.
Came out.
That means I was in something. So I came out of that, but I started working. But I would spend my money like I was still in, even though I came out. So then I'd be waiting around the people to give me a check on Friday. And it dawned on me, it took me a while. Thinking I'm up here trusting these people to give, like they check ain't gonna bounce or something. I'm trusting them to give me a check that's gonna make it work. And it took me a while to get it. When you live in this life, the idea is that you take your resources and utilize those resources to establish strength and fortitude in yourself so that your ideas can go forward. Because for us, our ideas turn on us when we allow ourselves to get desperate. Say desperate.
Desperate.
And then your ideas turn back on you, start haunting you. Why didn't you? I thought you. Yeah. So this is just some love for Tim while he went to Ohio with his wife and mother-in-law. You got you some money. I don't care what it is. Don't spend your last money. That's a crime. Yeah. Whew. I feel better by saying that.
Feel better by him?
Yeah, good. Dallas, you gotta read that. So who's next? Come on, somebody jump in. Give Tim a hand for taking that like that. Congratulations, man. Did you get something? Man, go ahead. Quit playing. Somebody else go.
I will.
Come on, jump in there.
Okay. My name is Angelo. Angelo Mack.
Yes, sir.
Angelo Mack.
And you know what?
What, you
I
spent
like.
up all your money?
No, man.
I'm just checking on you,
No,
Mac, man. I'm checking on you.
No,
Okay, good.
no. I feel better just by hearing you say those.
That's right.
Don't do it.
That's right.
I really do. But success begins with a positive attitude. It's the most valuable asset we own, right? I own.
Yeah.
It's the most positive asset I own. And when I listen to the testimonies of my brothers that's sitting here, now, while I may not be where they is or are, however that go, I have the best reflection of what it must be like to be where they at. So vicariously, I live that, right?
That's good.
And I gain appreciation. But this is my attitude. It's never, oh, he think he this or he think he that, or they think they this, right? Because I know that with the right attitude or the right perspective or perception of what's in front of me, I can go to one of these brothers and say, brothers, show me how, or help me how to make it where I need to be. And see, for a long time, I was, when you say in that place where you had to come out,
Yes,
I couldn't come out because I didn't know how to ask people for help or to access that wealth of information or know-how that was in front of me. And to be here, for me to be here in this environment, I can feed off that. So when I walk out of here, I'm successful because I'm dealing with what's going on around me in the most positive way.
Yes.
And I'm not desperate. And for me, see, I'm at that age really though. Money ain't everything no more. I remember when I wanted to be a rich man. Now I'm just happy to have some money because I ain't gonna spend it all.
That's right. That's good. That's good.
Right?
Right.
So the truth is, man, it's just for me, I get up every morning and do the right things for the right reasons, man. And I go to bed and I feel really good about who I am as a man today.
That's good.
And I for me, I feel successful every day.
Come on. Angelo, that was real good, son. Really. You said a lot right there. And we can spend the whole rest of the group talking about that. We're going to keep moving just so that everybody gets a chance for it. Man, that was good. Come on, yo. Somebody.
Well, it was the first.
Say your name, son.
Adonai Israel. Hey, everybody. Hey, what's up? All right. It was this first sentence. The key to success is not what you do. It is how you feel about what you are doing. And that rings very true. That rings very true, particularly for me, because I used to find myself doing things that I just really didn't feel like doing. It didn't feel like it was going to help me or nothing like that. I remember when I first got sentenced and I went down to St. Cloud. They used to be the intake. They kind of send you out to wherever you're going to go from there. And here I am sentenced and I got all this time. And they give you jobs, right? And the first job that they gave me was washing dishes. I walked in the very first day and I told the guy, I said, listen, I don't know what you guys are going to do, but I'm not finna ready to wash no dishes. I said, I got too much time to be sitting up there washing dishes. If you want to do something with me, give me something that's going to benefit me in the end. And they wrote that in my file. And from that point in time on, they never assigned me to anything other than education.
Wow.
That's all they ever did. And I felt good about that. That was what I wanted to do. Because I was thinking about the end. In the now, but I was thinking about the end. And throughout my time, that's what I went. And I felt good about everything that I'm doing. And everything that I learned, everything I'm doing, that I did then, benefits me today.
Wow.
It's working for me right now.
That's well said, man. And tonight, that's a powerful story, man. I'm so glad you shared that. But Ronnie, I was thinking when Angelo was talking that he was really speaking a word to you. But when he was speaking, did that ring any bell for you when Angelo was talking? Like what?
I basically was listening when she was like, "Is it crime for me to spend my last money?"
Yeah.
Because I basically did. I let my wife put me in her predicament. She basically been homeless for all these years. I've been out. I mean, I was in prison. Once I was out, at first the state was going to pay for it. The state was going to pay for it. She needed money for food. So I gave her money for food. All of a sudden, she like, "Well, you're not paying my there's a problem." I'm like, "Man," I'm looking at the kids like, I'm tired of them being in this predicament. I know the predicament they just went ahead and paid it. I just went ahead and I paid it. Inside, I know I felt good. I had the ability to do it. But it's just like, I get what you were saying.
Mm-hmm. But see and I'm glad you said that, and I'm just loving you now. I'm just loving you. But like to me, every time you talk to me about your wife, somehow you are either in trouble, they're in trouble, you spend up all your money, or drama has happened. I mean, those are the things you talk to me about. You have never one time said to me, "Pop, I went over to my wife's, we had a beautiful time. This happened, we went out, we did this." Now, maybe you do those things, but you just never talk to me about it, you know what I mean? And that's fine. But the only time you ever bring it up to me is always a takeaway. And I'm wondering, what part of the game don't you understand? How long does it take you to get? It might be time for you to cut your losses. And that doesn't mean you separate from your children or anything, but you just have to protect, my wife would say, protect the goods. You ain't no good to your kids if you're broke. You ain't no good to nobody else if you're broke. And if somebody is always breaking you, I mean, is that?
No, it's not.
But you honor her, and you honor her because you always say, "My wife." You always say that, and when you do, two things go through me, at the same time, a duality of purpose, because you always honor her as it should be. But I wonder though, are you the only one in honor here, or is that reciprocated? Does that come back to you? Do you feel honored? You don't have to answer. And I'm not up here trying to move you away from nothing. I'm just trying to love you into something. And you got a lot to offer, man. Rashad, you got to hold that thought. I'm coming to you. I'm sorry. And tonight, that was good. Anthony, what you got?
I was just thinking about, my name is Anthony. Success is not bought or inherited. It is a product of what I put out. My last probably 20 years in prison, I think that was big, especially my last 10 years, because I got more in tune with myself and as far as what was inherited in me as far as helping people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was a big part of understanding a lot of different things. And so that was my success came in that form.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that was instilled mainly a lot from my grandmother.
Right.
So and that's how it was presented to me. Things that people seen in me. A lot of places that I was at doing, they would say a lot of stuff about me. So then, I would think back on the stories and the conversations I had with my grandmother in Tennessee.
Yeah.
We used to go there every summer. So for 3-4 months coming from up north, so we'd go there. So just the stories she would tell us about different things, about being successful, about being all of that stuff. So it just came back to me. I don't have to go seeking that thing. It's gonna come like it came. So my grandmother was the mother of the church.
Mm-hmm.
She always sang. That's how I got this.
Yeah.
Singing piece.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But she would
she would always talk about that. So,
Right.
and yeah, so that part is important for me. So it's not, so that was that part stood out to me the most.
Yeah.
So, and the part of that is now is to be able to do the things that I want to do now. So, and success. So, and spreading that around too. So.
Anthony, he's up here pre-approved now to purchase a home, and they're looking around for a little house. He's trying to, become a homeowner and all of this and that. And Bonnie, one of the reasons why I understand somebody that's offering you a job, and it's good for you to investigate, but you should sit still, or this is my suggestion, you do what you want to do. But sit in one place for a year. Just stay there for a year. And so that your next employer can see that you don't jump around, you're not moving around, but you're gonna be there. You get it? Now you work with that program and stuff. Maybe they got it all set up. I don't know. You make the decision. But at some point, when you want to become a homeowner or you want to do these other big things, and I can see you doing, then you have to be able to prove, that you're stable. And you can't be stable if you keep carrying all of this weight.
Right. I was thinking about that. It's like I was saying earlier, I was going, I'm doing car shopping, so I'm gonna get money from the insurance company. I'm gonna put some money with that. I'm gonna actually go to a lot and get a car. Like the second time. It's like a really big thing for me. I'm not gonna do the whole car note thing. I was gonna pay for it. I feel really proud of myself. But that's the first thing they asked. Well, it's obviously, I think like, wow, well, I'm just not being at my job for a while. I can't do the whole car note thing, even though I don't really want to. I just don't like car notes.
Sure.
So I've been thinking about that too. Me and Malik were talking. I think about what you were saying. It's sometimes I wonder. If I can use that as a transferable skill.
Right.
Ultimately, I think my ultimate dream, I never really thought about it before, is have a job like Marvin. Or to work with one of these companies and help people that's come out of prison get jobs.
Right. All of that is available. But at some point, you have to just settle in and just stay put for a minute and become stable. Like a rock. Ronnie Baker, a rock. Tyline Thomas, a rock. You stable, unmovable. Where you can be depended on. People can rely on you. You know why? Because you're a rock. Unwavering. Steadfast. A rock. That's what you are. Right there. Somebody else, come on, son. Tell us what you got.
I got a whole lot.
All right, come on. Say your name, though.
My name is Dallas Wright. Let's see here.
Give Dallas a hand. You've been going a long time.
I ain't dead yet.
That's good.
We're still going off the success
Whatever you need.
I can stay right there because that's what got me to where I'm at. Let's see, quick short version of my stories. I've been incarcerated since I was 15 years old. Got out at 27. I'm 29 right now. Gonna be 30. And without a positive attitude, at best I would be back in there finishing my time. At best, I've been in some situations, jumping into relationships. I finally just moved in. I finally just got an apartment, my own apartment after all this time.
That's good. Come on, give me some.
The stuff's so cold. It's just how God works. You have to, like you said, you have to get grounded and you have to find that humility within yourself. Because I can't stay still out here. I've been locked up since the 9th grade. So I'm like, I'm ready to, the poetry book that I written and nobody would even send me pictures from the photo albums in the bedrooms that I know that they stay in. You know what I'm saying? But I did what I did for family. But anyway, so, once you get out here, like you said, you also have to utilize what you have and create that drive for yourself. Because I prayed and prayed for the family situation. Got out here and it was given to me, but it was also a lesson, that these things are obtainable and they're out here for you. you know, but you got some more work to do within.
That's good. That's good.
I,
Well, that was a powerful point right there.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I got so much work to do, and it never stops. I talked to my grandma for her birthday, you know, and her my great auntie, all of them. It's like, you know, they tell you it'll never stop. You want it, you don't want to hear that. Especially when they're 80-something years old. I just turned 84, baby, and it's not gonna stop. You might as well stop asking. I done had to spring clean a couple friends. I done had to get rid of them. You don't have to, you know, get rid of whoever you get rid of. But like I said, I prayed for the family situation due to, you know what I'm saying, my incarceration. Got out, got the, you know, the young girl, every man's weakness, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't mine, but the man never wanted to be there. So then I raised her until almost 5, and then I have to step away to do more internal cleaning.
Wow.
That's psychologically and emotionally damaging, just like what I had just did for 12 years. You know what I'm saying?
And
And so it don't.
how old is the child now?
She's 4, 5 in August. But you know, and then still trying to be a dad when you ain't even the dad, when that ain't your job.
Right.
But there's a few of us left out here.
Yeah, that's
But anyway,
right. That's right.
you know, staying positive.
Come on. Yeah,
I don't know how many jobs I work. Like I said, I just moved in March 1st. You know, I ain't been there 60 days, and I'm still not even supposed to live there. You know, the building doesn't accept felons, but God put some people in my life 5 years ago that were able to interact with me 3 years ago when I got out into the present 3 years later when I have to part from, you know, my relationship. My name's not on the lease because I'm a felon, so I go over here, and then God put these people in for 5 years ago to buy the actual unit that I'm renting from.
Wow.
I can't live there.
Wow. Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can live, you know what I'm saying? I was over here on
right.
Fremont, right
Yeah,
here, right
right.
behind the school.
Yeah.
You had to get out where it's quiet.
Right.
I don't care how many jobs you got. Until you own something.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what that's next
Wow.
after the book.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, positive attitude.
That's good. You know what, then we just talking about,
Yes.
remember,
Yeah.
look, it was on my mind so strong, and I brought you up to Ananias. I said, man, did you know Dallas? I said, because I just, she's just on my mind, and I just got to get this brother, and, you know, seemed like I got to reach for him somehow. And then about two days after I said that to you, we walked right into each other at the Cub food store.
36, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and I see he promised me, he said, Pop, I'm coming this time. I'm coming this time, Pop.
Spoken into existence.
Yeah.
I just got out of work. I'm busting myself, you know what I'm saying, trying to get out of work. I'm like, I can't come funky. I ain't been in a year. They're gonna think they're gonna hand me the whole place.
Hey, brother, we just glad you here, man. It's good to see you. Give him another hand, make it show. Come on, Mr. Daniels, what you got?
I came in when this brother here was talking, and immediately I was able to relate to what he was saying.
Say your name to everybody.
Oh, Leonard. My name is Leonard Daniels. I like this part in here where it said success begins with a positive attitude. My attitude hasn't always been positive. You know, I was in the gutter too. But Dallas said something, and these two guys said something that I can relate to. When I was incarcerated, one of the things I did, I had promised myself, consciously or subconsciously, that I would never conform to the prison. I don't care how long you keep me here.
That's right.
This ain't, I'm not going to be a part of it.
Yeah, right.
You know, of course, you know, along the way, you know, those little institutionalized things seek in and you become somewhat part of your environment. But here, I was never in prison.
Yeah.
Like a year after I got in prison, I was doing my time like a short timer. What I mean by that is this. I started saving my money for my release because I knew what I wanted to do when I got out.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people who knew me used to always say, like, stop stealing from yourself.
Yeah.
Like on pizza night, they would have pizza.
Yeah.
I didn't want to order pizza.
Yeah.
I work for this money. I'm stashing it away. I won't see it until I get to the other side of the fence.
That boy talking good up in here.
I knew what I wanted to do already.
Yeah.
You know. And sometimes I would go to canteen. I would spend $10, and I would see people coming back with big bags. You know, I didn't knock what they were doing, but I didn't understand it. To me, you're a little too comfortable here.
Right.
You know, I'm going to eat that state food.
Yeah.
Give me a couple noodles and I'm good.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I would go get me a little something.
Yeah.
I treated myself.
Yeah.
Because I felt as though I've been doing good, so I treated myself.
Yeah.
So I had a plan in my head. I felt good about it. And you know, I started this when I was in Oak Park. 25 years later, I'm still sitting there.
Yeah.
But I know that door gonna open.
Wow.
You know, I don't know how it's gonna open, but it's gonna open. And when it opens, I'm gonna be prepared because I didn't want to come out of prison and depend on nobody for nothing. I didn't want to ask my mama, my daddy, my grandmama, my uncle. I don't want nothing from
Yes,
them. I
sir.
got this.
Wow.
You know, so when I got out, part of my 2-year plan was in 2 years. You know, I want to have my own little thing set up. But part of my 5-year plan was to start buying a house. Like my man here, about 10 days ago, me and my wife got approved for a house.
Oh,
We
man.
went to look at one, and we turned it down for kind of personal reasons. You know, a few things. It was a nice house, but there was a few little things we just didn't like about it. You know, and so now the people that are working with us every day, they sending us new stuff. But we wanted to hit our budget. You know, what we got approved for. We wanted to stay right there. You know, but I just think for me personally, I got a lot of blessings since I've been out. You know, and I'm very grateful for them. I'm still not where I want to be yet.
Yes, sir.
But the thing is, as opposed to 20 years ago, I know how to get there now.
Yeah, that's good.
And it ain't easy.
Yeah.
Like the reason I'm late tonight is because this homeowner guy that I work with on my lawn care service, he gave me 6 more properties.
Right.
And today I had to go on one of them and cut down some trees.
Yeah.
I also experienced something
You
like
cut them trees?
yeah,
Yes,
cut
sir.
them down,
Yes, sir.
bringing them down.
My
You know what I'm
man.
saying? You know, and I also experienced something today that wasn't really too pleasant because I had to do a Donald Trump. You know, when I first told you about this, I told you all the guys that I hired to work with me, I want them to be guys that I know from prison.
Right.
Let's all get out here and make this money.
Right.
For 2 weeks, this guy's been calling me every day. Ray, come on, man, I need some work, I need some work. So I told him, be ready at 10 o'clock, I'll be there to get you this morning. I went and got him, and all I wanted him to do was mow the lawn. That's all you do. I got everything else, you know. And I'm hearing the lawnmower running, and I'm like, okay, good. You know, he's handling his business because I want to do this expeditiously in a timely fashion, have it looking good, so I can keep this contract with these people. And I just happened, I had to go to get something from my truck. I came around the house, and I looked, and he was sitting on a log. And on my lawnmowers, you know, once you let the handle go, that thing, and it cuts off. I was offended by the fact that, first of all, I'm paying you by the hour. He's sitting down, just and he got his hand holding the lawnmower, keeping the sound going. So then I got offended because not only is he not working, it's like he's stealing my money out of my pocket. You know, gas is $2.79 a gallon, and you gonna sit here and burn my gas like that? You know, so I fired him right there on the spot. I said, man, go on, go home, man. I can't work with you. I can't work like that.
Did you fire him?
I fired him.
Monty, did you hear that? What did he do? Oh my God. I don't know. That sounds like a word. I don't know. I'm just trying to love you. Man, that's good, man. I mean, come on, man. Rashad, don't be mad at me. I'm coming right back to you because I know you got it. Donald, what you got? Then Tyline, and then Rashad.
Yeah, I read it.
Say it now. I'm sorry.
My name is Donald Amos, and I'm a lifer, and I just got out. You know, this is like my 3rd try at this here. And, a lot of things that we talk about in this room, be successful, the formula to it is basically going back to who you really are. We talk about in the books, we talk about our birthrights, we talk about who we are as men, we talk about speaking things into existence, you know, and especially to the good life, you know. Some of my words to myself in the past been about bad things and about things that are negative that can possibly turn out positive, and I've experienced that. Like most people in this room, I've been in darkness too, you know what I mean, but I always heard that voice saying, just keep on going, right? So I know that to be real. I also know that, like I was telling Baba today, you know, we are people of the Word. We were given the truth. We were given the Word when we came in. You know, and the Bible says in the beginning was the Word. You know, that Word was given to us. We are the people of the Word. You know, so we know what the truth is. If we don't know it, we can feel it. We can, you know, we can pass it on. We can love on other people. That's why other people love on us. And I had strayed away from that. And subsequently, I had got into a lot of trouble.
Wow.
And I look at being successful as an individual choice. It doesn't necessarily be in material things.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be this guy's a multimillionaire or, you know, He owns all these properties, all these businesses, you know what I mean? For me personally, the success was just to be here, to live here.
Wow.
One day at a time, you know what I mean? Be content what I have. There's a saying, right? If you can't live with a little, you can't live with a lot, right? And so I'm trying to learn to live that little. You know what I mean? Because a lot don't matter. You know what I mean? Because I feel blessed to be here.
Wow.
I feel blessed to be in this room.
Yes.
You know, and when we come in this room, there's a lot of love here. It's not what you hear every day. It's not what you see on the streets every day. And so I feel blessed to be here. To be successful for me as far as employment and just be something I like. I hate to get up like I was in prison, have to go to the same old job every day, and I hated it. I dreaded it, but I had to do it. You know what I mean? So I learned patience from that. I learned perseverance from that. But now when I'm here, I don't think about the money now. I want something I like. If I like it, I can go and do it. And I can enjoy it. You know, even if I'm sick, I get up and I go to it. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm measuring that, you know what I mean? And as I get older and as I get more mature, I realize it's not really even about me. It's about other people that depend on me. My kids depend on me. My family depends on me. The decisions that I make is going to determine whether they go or not. You know what I mean? In the past, I done stalled them. You know what I mean? Because I played myself, and they were waiting on me, saying, hey, you know, we've been waiting on you to get yourself together so you can lead this here, right? When are you going to take your rightful place, right? So my struggle and stuff is to take my rightful place, right? It ain't no throne, it's just a regular chair. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. And I just want to love on people and people love on me. Forget what color you is. You know what I mean? You can have that. You know, that's part of the mistruths and propaganda that people put out. I can't love you because you white, you Indian, and all this other craziness. And I've been there, I've done that. You know what I mean? To colors and everything, right? So I'm at a stage now where, hey, I like you for you. You know what I mean? All you're bad, all you're good, I like you for you. You know, for my own reasons, right? You may not even know what my reason is for liking you. You know what I mean? But that's who I am.
Man, come on, ladies. That's a good word. That's a real good word, Donald. Wow. And I like how it dovetailed into what you were saying.
Right.
And that this whole notion of success begins to change when you get a broader interpretation of yourself. That's what it is, huh? Right. So then, before I'm gonna unpack it one more level. When we were just trying to keep up with the Joneses or being the Jones, then that competitive nature never allowed you to enjoy whatever that was you thought you had.
That's right.
Shane, I'm gonna say amen, but you know what though? I want to say something.
What you want to say?
Because you know when she said she was sitting in the darkness. Now this was my experience just Sunday night, right? I'm on the freeway and I'm coming back from Chicago. So me and my lady, we're riding. And she asked me, she said, I think you need to hit the high beams, right? You know how the highway can get dark sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
So, as I'm talking to her, yeah, okay, I got this, right? I accidentally hit all the lights. Now that freeway got really dark. Boom, in a moment, right? That was the scariest 2.3 seconds, however long it was that the lights were down. But in that time, I seen all the stars, right? But the brightest star was the one sitting right beside me, right? And because if she wasn't there, I would have panicked.
Well, I just want to know, how did you turn off all the lights? I'm up here trying to figure out.
I knew it, right?
What part of the game was that?
I knew it, right? Man, it was a fluke, but it was like bloop bloop. It was just that quick bloop bloop. But it was a scary moment for me. But she was confident. She is. She was confident.
I thought about Earth, Wind, and Fire. Say you're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see. Yeah. That was so, you know, now you know who she was.
I seen it. It took all that.
There you go. What you got? Hold up, y'all. Excuse me.
My success is determined by my discipline and ability to be diligent, you know what I'm saying, stay focused in what it is that I'm grounded in and not be, you know, just wavering, you know, like influence is good, but it depends on what is influencing you, you know what I'm saying? So like currently I'm in a place of just like, you know, right here, this is where I'm at. I really don't care. I'm in a place of not caring no more about anybody's thoughts. I don't care what nobody thinks. It's about what I know and what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I know that I know that I know that I know. So currently I'm just like so focused on me, and I'm like super selfish right now. Not in regards to like anything that's foul towards other people, but it's just that I'm really getting back into me. You know what I mean? Because it's really all about me. And I think I heard somebody say like, you can't really do nothing for nobody, you know, if you're not in a specific situation as far as finance, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense to me, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you still want to be president in that situation. You don't want to remove yourself from it just because of money. Because money ain't about nothing. You know what I mean? Money makes things happen, but, you know, money is not my idol. I'm not an idol worshiper. You know what I'm saying? What I just got past is bowing down to things that don't got no power. You know, things that, like this cup. This cup don't got no power. It don't do nothing. You know, it's submission to me. I'm the god of this thing. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it, well, where I'm at is just kind of that, like that seclusion area. You know, I'm going into my own, into me, meditate, working out, drinking my water, back into reading, trying to finish this book. I got a little job at this little movie company and stuff. I'm a driver. So
give him a little hand for that. You didn't have that job the time you saw that. That's good.
It just fell on my lap. And then, like, the job that just fell on my lap from one of my cousins, I'm looking to get my CDLs and do some truck driving and stuff like that. So I'm getting a little bit of experience by working for this truck, this moving company, driving. You know, I gotta heat all this stuff off these trucks. It's just a workout for me, you know, basically. So I'm in the realm of success. I'm moving towards, how to say, your fate or whatever. You know, like what's the light at the end of the tunnel is the direction I'm going. Even when, like, not too long ago, it was looking like, man, what the hell going on, man? Why's all this stuff happening to me? It was like what did I do? You know, is what I was feeling like. Then self said, like, dude, it's just a sharpening tool. Don't worry about it. You're being pushed to where you're going. You know, you was kind of taking too long. You was like stalling. You was being stagnant. So now, currently, you know, I don't complain about things. Sometimes it is, you know, complaints try to get out my mouth. I check myself like, dude, they don't need to complain. Karma goes on everything. You know, it's a circuit of motion. Everything rotates. You know, the atom proves it. The universe proves it. You know, as far as micro, macro. It's the proof is right there. Everything works in a circuit of motion. Day and night. You wake up, you go to sleep. Repeat. It's just a cycle continuously. So it's repetition. And then with me being into working out, I learned that through that. Through me being heavy, you know, wanting to get smaller, lose weight, trial and error workouts. You know, I'm learning about nutrition now. You know, I didn't complete becoming a personal trainer for some reason. The job, LA Fitness, it consumed too much of my time. I just couldn't do it. You know, so I might eventually do it again, but I feel like I'm just gonna move forward with me being a person that can teach somebody how to work out without that certification, man, because I just don't have time. I got too much I gotta do. I have way too much on my plate as far as being independent, doing things that I want to do for myself. You know, as far as using my creativity to bring money to me. You know, I don't want to work for nobody. I will for a period of time, because I had a person tell me, work the job until your business can get you paid more than your job. Then you can go ahead and let that job go. Right. You know, so I'm just focused on me right now, and I'm being real selfish. I'm kind of in a place of, please don't say nothing stupid to me, because I'm gonna shoot at you. You know what I'm saying? From my mouth, because that's where I'm at. I'm tired. I'm tired of stupidity. I'm tired of ignorance. I'm just tired of a whole lot of different things.
You might be you might get aggravated with me because actually this work was on the board.
Elder, so, you know,
this work was on the board. I put this lesson on the board for last week for you, hoping that you'd come back. Because,
I just missed it.
Because I feel like what you said was important, and what you made some progress, you know, since you was here the last time, and I like that. And the one thing that you're lacking out of what you just shared, Ty Loud, is when you were in prison, people enjoyed being around you because you had a real good personality. Your personality was good. You got a nice smile, and these are traits that are important. But right now, you in a dark place, and you don't really you're not fellowshipping in that smooth way that you did when I would come up there, and you would just be so bright, and people would be flocking to be around you. because she was exuding a lot of good positive energy. And what I wanted you to see is that this whole notion of what unreality is. Unreality is not just for Thailand, but I'm gonna go over it because it was his conversation I thought about all week. That maybe go back into this dynamic of unreality. What is unreality, and why does it keep on bothering us? Unreality, number one, is your failure to look at the actual facts. Now you have to look at the actual facts. What is actually taking place in front of me, and what role do I play? And if you're unable to look at the actual facts, Thailand, then you're really operating in denial. Can you just listen for a second? Then you're operating in denial. I'm talking to everybody here. You're operating in denial. Didn't even know I was lying.
Take fault for things that I even do to myself.
Son, I just want to go over this with you, and then I'm going to let you talk. You know, it's all right. Adopting a negative perception. Now, it seemed like Thailand wasn't thinking he was being negative, but it sounded negative, didn't it? Don't be afraid. And I'm just saying.
What did you say?
Just listen. Can you listen? Watch this. Getting lost in the pain without looking for a way out. If you, anybody in here, if you are lost in your own pain, and we all have it, but you fail to look for a way out of it on your own, you are operating in unreality. And you can believe through the pain that you're in reality because pain is real. Can you listen or not?
You're working that shit down, right? You're working really bad.
Watch this. Getting lost in the pain without looking for a way out takes you to the top little statement on the top left. Pain is real, but suffering is a choice.
That's right.
And you have to ask yourself, am I over the pain, and am I choosing to suffer on my own, and is that suffering reality or unreality? I'm talking to everybody in here. Number 4, this is what I was sharing with, well, not so much with Dallas, but with everybody in here, is that comparing yourself to others. In my era of growing up, men were very, very competitive toward one another. And we wouldn't admit that we was comparing ourselves to each other. We wouldn't admit that, but we was doing it on a daily basis. And that really later tore us apart from each other, right? Because we were in this competition all the time, not fellowship or not brotherhood. We were operating in unreality.
Right.
Watch this, and this is the last one. Solidifying the suffering through relationships. Say solidify.
Solidify.
Solidify, Megan. Look, I choose to suffer. Then I pick somebody who gonna suffer with me, and in that suffering, nobody wins. I'm just gonna look over at somebody I'm trying to get that point across to. At some point, you have to choose reality. The reality is, every time you go there, you come back broke. That's the reality. You get what I mean? So this was a lesson that I put up there for Thailand when he came in the last week, 2 weeks ago, this and that. And I just want you to think about it. You got your phone, take a picture of it. Yeah, you need to. Yeah, you need to. Because see, what it is you'll come here and state the things you want to talk about, but you leave out the things that are really real. You leave out the fact that when you were at the 7th Street job, you know, you got involved with so many of the different patrons that the people had to get you out of it. You left that fact out, or you leave out the fact that when you was over there at the apartment, all of this stuff was going on. I got the calls from over there saying, man, come get this dude. He's blowing up everything. A lot of stuff you don't think I know, but I hear these things, and you won't tell them to me. You just want to come here and tell me, this is what I think. Well, you ain't mentioning everything, so it invalidates what you think you're thinking. And I'm just letting you know here, everybody, ain't nobody in here no bigger than nobody else. And I'm telling you now, if you're going to come in here, I'm just talking to everybody. I've been doing this too long to let you come in here and fake and pretend and, pontificate and then walk back out of here the same way you came in. If you're going to come in here, then you're going to tell the truth or the truth's going to get told to you. And when you leave out of here, your behind is going to be on fire because I ain't going to tell you nothing but the truth. And I don't care who you are. I don't need nothing from nobody in this room. I don't owe you nothing. But I love you because I choose to. But I'm not going to let you just up here pontificate and procrastinate, prevaricate about this and won't tell the whole story. Tell everything. Otherwise, shut up.
So let me tell my story then. Let me tell my complete whole story. If y'all want to hear my story.
So we don't have time for your complete whole story tonight.
How about Tuesday?
But look, next week.
The whole story.
Next week. Just since you said that, I would love to hear your story. So please come and share with us. Give Tyler a hand for taking that. We're gonna keep on moving because we got our guest here, Miss Norma. Miss Norma, now you get a chance to see what we're doing. Are you all right? I got a couple more brothers. Go ahead, Rashad. A couple more brothers. I'm coming to you. Just Miss Norma has got some information for us about painting. She's a professional painter. And she wants to share some stuff with us, and she and I are friends from way back. I mean, we go way back. She's a great sister. So we'll be coming to Miss Norma in a minute. Rashad, Richard, Robert.
Hey, Shane.
Yeah.
Can I just say just a couple words real quick?
Couple words.
Just real briefly. Briefly. We when you come into this room, we love you, man. We love you.
Talking to me?
Yeah. We love you. And when you tell your story, man, tell us about the people that you love on. Yeah. Tell about the people that you allow to love on you. Yeah. No man is an island. Nobody gonna come in the room and gonna be by himself. We don't. You come in here because we can love on you, man. We come in to love you, and we come in to get the love from you. If you got a smile, man, you got a light, let it shine in this room, man. We need that. You're not only depriving yourself, you're depriving us too.
Amen.
So don't think that you can do this by yourself. Because if you could, you wouldn't be in here with us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that let us love on you, man.
Right. Just can you listen?
Just be still sometime and let the stuff just come to you. Because like I said, we don't got no axe to grind with you.
Right.
We ain't got nothing against you.
Right.
I am you and you are me. Right? So I'm telling you, when I tell my story, I got to talk about the people that didn't love me. I got to tell you about the people I did not love. You know what I mean? I tried that before, so have you. So come in here, man, with love in your heart, man. Come in here, let us love on you, and come in and love on us too, man, because we need you.
Yes, sir. Right.
That's all I'm saying. That's it.
That's
good.
Words confidence.
That's good. Come on, Richard, go ahead.
The reading was, so what we cannot see and do not measure is in people's attitude. Is the people's attitude about what they do. That struck me. Because when I was younger, I used to see the cats in the neighborhood that was getting it, but you didn't see the funky.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? They don't advertise that part.
He went there.
And now that I'm working, I just squared up.
Yes, sir.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Give a hand, give it to us.
You see, yeah, man. They call it an L7. I heard that. But now that I'm in a, I don't know, I guess you call it professional environment. I'm in an office setting, and the veil's pulled back. You see that ugly too. Yeah. You see the grind, you see the hard work, you see the hours you put in. You hear about being a state employee, but you don't hear about you volunteering with my program for years and not making a dime. Yeah. So that just struck me because I think the veil needs to pull back more. I think people really need to see the ugly sometimes to really make up their mind if they want to do this, because it just, everything that glimmers, it really isn't gold. And for me, I always want to know the why, because for me that's what it means, pulling the bell back. I want to know what I'm getting into and why I'm doing it, so I can make a sound decision, because I can't spend one more second of my life doing something that I don't want to do.
Right.
Pops, you always said I'm completely out of time
Yeah.
for doing things in my life that I don't want to do. After 2 decades, I'm done.
Right.
Yeah, so
That's good.
that part just really struck me, because I just think that's so important. It's so important to know exactly what's going on and the work that it takes to do some things, because it takes work to do anything.
It does, and that's really a great, well said and a great point. And just to clarify that, you know, in what I think I heard Richard was saying was that in the work environment, there's a whole bunch of funky stuff that goes on in there. And, you know, and in some ways, actually, Richard, you are better prepared for it because of who you were than those who weren't that are when the funky stuff comes to them too. Funky stuff is everywhere, and you know, you got to be the one to bring the joy and the love, even if it ain't right. And I'll tell you one more thing about that, and then I'll stop. It's not always your job to point out the wrong in others. That's right. At some point, a time will present itself for you to step on the button. Until then, don't fire no warning shots. That's right. You don't hear me. I'm trying to listen. You're in that work environment, and you see it, but don't fire no warning shots, because then they'll come back and shoot a real bullet at you. But just wait until your proper time and make sure you're getting out of the deal what you want to get out of the deal. So if you get ready to move on, you move on your own terms. I'm trying to help somebody. That's right. Man, that was excellent. And then I'm gonna get Mr. Card, and I'm coming right to you. Come on, hold up. Go ahead, Robert.
I'm Robert Card. The people at the top did not fall there. They were willing to do whatever it took, taking the ups and downs and asking for what they really wanted and staying focused until they got it. You know, that's their hard work, and I wasn't good with the down part. You know, that positive attitude turned into a real negative attitude where I gave up everything. And, you know, until I changed my attitude and changed how I felt about myself or who I really was. And, you know, my spirituality has grown enormously. I just know my Lord ain't dropping nothing on me I can't handle. That's right. And I got a lot of blessings that came this week. Because to me, when there's a top, there's an end. And as long as I keep my vision going where there's always something I want or something that I want to give, or, you know, that positiveness is going to keep going. But it's that ugly that I didn't know how to cope with, you know. And the things that I'm doing now, that humility part, really I thought I was at the top, and it brought me back down. And, there's things that's going on right now. I got 3 job interviews this week, and one of them is from United Properties, and that's a marketing. That's that confidence where I went in there. I came back from church, and I went in there with my suit, and I was feeling good. And I said, let me go up here and just go see something, because I remember you talking about that, going downtown and just presenting yourself. The last thing, they didn't even ask me about a background. They didn't even ask me about a criminal history. They asked me, what's your credentials? And I told them, my credentials, I'm willing to learn anything you can teach me. Because being teachable, that's the biggest lesson that I learned. Knowing when to listen and when to be quiet. And when some of them things I don't want to hear, or them things that hurt, are them things I really need to look at. But then there's also something else that I've been bringing to the board, and I got Wells Fargo going on, and I got a big meeting on Friday where I'm trying to open up 2 sober houses. You know, and I'm working with 2 other treatment centers on these. Now these are the things I didn't think I was capable of, or I didn't have the confidence to think I was able to do. And you know, I don't know what it was. It's just that act of faith, and that's the part on the bottom that I lacked, was having faith. And so, staying humble with myself, and even though these good things are coming, you know, these are possibilities they may not go through, but for me to sit back and not follow through or not give myself a chance to achieve these things. That would be a denial to myself. That would be something against myself. You know, after 17 years, got my license. I had an opportunity to go get my own place, but being stable in the sober house and utilizing that, getting my structure back, getting the things going. Now these plans that I'm making ain't immediate plans. These are some visions and goals that I have in the future. You know, because I know I'm not ready for that right now. And that's just being honest with myself. But just to know that's something to work for, because I can't have a top. I can't have that ending part where it is, you know. That's to me, because there's always something I know I can achieve.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. I'm glad that you're back here. You made it back, and you just in the time you've been sitting here, you can see that there is no other place like this. You can't come here and not get a drink if you're thirsty. There's fresh water. Rashad, and we're gonna come back to that.
So I had something for the run. Okay, it wasn't for everybody, but just real quick to title on. I heard you saying something. And you a good dude, man. I remember you used to call me about the job at LA Fitness, and I'm like, I almost gave up my gym membership because I'm like, I need to support this brother. He called me every day. You know what I'm saying? I know you out here trying to get it, but real quick, I see a lot of anger and fighting you, and that's good. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But find ways real quick to send positive energy into the universe, man. Because you're talking about you don't like where you at, and you don't like some of the stuff you're going through and some of the stuff you've been through. And I've been there before where it's like, dang, I can't catch a break. You know what I'm saying? Find ways to do things for other people without looking for anything in return. Not saying you're not doing that. If you are, keep it up. To this brother right here, though.
Phil, you next.
You said something really, really pivotal, and I don't even know if you heard or understood what you were saying, so much so that I wrote it down and had some stuff I want to share with you, and it's really for everybody, because I've been there too. But you said you see a lot of forks in the road, right? And to be aware is to be alive, right? But one of my issues, and I'm not even speaking to you, I'm speaking about myself, is I never even realized how many decisions I had to make. And because life is just a series of decisions. It's one of the steps to the good life, you know what I'm saying? And knowing when you have to make a decision is so critical, because when you don't know, it means you just do whatever. Just whatever pops, oh, I'm going to go this way, you go that way. And then you get lost because you're like, how did I even get here? What happened? You don't even know you made a decision, though. Sometimes not making a decision is a decision. You see what I'm saying? So just the fact that you know, oh my God, it's all these forks in the road. It's like a veil's been pulled over your eyes. Now you know, oh my God, I can go left or I can go right, but I have to do one or the other. You know what I'm saying? You can't build and destroy. So I just want you to recognize that, and that's really to everybody, man. Like, knowing that there are forks in the road is the first good sign. Because sometimes I didn't even realize I have a decision I need to make right now.
Yeah.
I either got to mess with this person or I don't. I either got to go this way or I don't. I either got to run in this house with a pistol or I don't. You know what I'm saying? Now I know, yo, you got decisions to make every day that will be critical to your survival and the survival of those around you as well. So just keep that in mind, man. That's really for everybody. It's not just for him. Know when you got to make a fork in the road decision. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm sorry you had to wait a little while, but you know. Go ahead, Phil. What you got?
I don't really know what I'm gonna say. Kind of falls into this so much, but I had like a 30-year crack. I guess in a way, it conditioned to me to be cheap in a way. I'm at a stage in life where you know, I have a job that actually buys my food, you know. So I actually am in a position to save a lot of money now. And they're only things that I really spend money on now. I don't even really spend money on clothes, but it's basically like maybe I contribute to my church, you know, with just insurance and upkeep like that, you know. But I'm trying to make the best out of the situations and the experiences that I've had through life to make it apply to what I'm going through now.
Philip, you got to be close to your degree now, or did you not?
Yeah, I think I told you what happened was, you know, it's been 40 years since I've been in school. So they have a new thing now where your classes has to apply towards your degree. So they wiped off like 40 credits from me. So it's going to extend it a little bit. So I should have been graduating yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then that could be a blessing. You know, what I thought you were doing was taking the prerequisites for the chemical dependency counseling.
I have done all that.
So you're taking all of that.
Yeah, the only thing I have now is the practicum.
Okay,
And
so
I'm doing that in the summer.
So why isn't the practicum what you're doing at your job?
Well, it is, but you can't really apply it like that till I go to the internship. So that's how that's going to make sense. But where it's happening at now, the credits that I thought I had, the cumulative credits that I had, should have got me over the hump, you know, because I had the credits there. But then they just told me like about a month ago that they couldn't apply those credits.
Well, meaning to this degree, your associate's degree. However, there's still credits and they're still there. And so you pick those back up again if you move on to, you know,
I mean, in other areas, yeah.
Towards your BA or whatever else. But what I guess I'm trying to get you to is to this, when you do your internship, you can then apply for graduation as a certified counselor. That's not your associate's degree, but it does give you a professional license to operate.
I'll be able to do that like at the end of the year.
Right. Give my hand. That's important, Philip, and I think I just was trying to tease that out of you. That's really important stuff there, man. Don't get that done. And I'm telling you, if you can march and get that certificate, it will motivate you to march and get your degree.
I'm not going to stop.
If you march, I'm going to be right there. I'm going to be in the front row. I'm going to be hollering louder than any of them kids. Them kids can't make as much noise as I can.
Okay.
They think they can. But don't give up, man, on yourself. So having said all of that, I appreciate it. Did you hear what he started out saying? I was addicted to crack for 30 years. And now what he's saying is, I'm over here working in the treatment house. I don't know if somebody heard that, but it sounded like a miracle of God. It sounded like a miracle was going on. Hey, man. What's up, son? Good to see you. Have a seat. Oh, you come just to visit? Say hi.
Yes.
Hi, Pat.
How y'all doing?
Give him a hand. Give Pat a hand. He come to say hi. But I appreciate, you know, my wife, I know she appreciates your phone call on Mother's Day. But I want y'all to, if you don't mind, I want to cut to Miss Norma and let her share with us some of her expertise. This is a real sister. I've always admired her and thought very highly of her, and we worked together on a lot of projects, and all of those projects were successful, you know, and that was had quite a history going there. And so I want you to give Miss Norma a big round of applause.
I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I do. I came here from New York as a painter in the union. And so Brooklyn, born in Brooklyn. My parents built a home out on Long Island. What part of Brooklyn? Williamsburg. Okay. And so I came out of Minnesota, and so I got into the union here. And I've been retired now. It'll be just going on 3 years in July. I've been retired. I'm the first African American woman in my union. Wow. The only. And so I fell, not at work, walking the dog, and so I injured my back, so I had to retire early. Wow. And so what I did, the whole time that I was out there working, I didn't see that many of us in the union trades, and that really bothered me. And so when I retired, I ended up going to the Urban League, and I just volunteered on their days that they have their job orientation, just to talk to people about getting into the trades, into the union trades, because there's money there. You know, the pension is great, everything is good. And so it really bothered me that I just did not see that many of us in the trades. And so I volunteered at the Urban League probably about a year. And then they got a little contract and they had me working as their consultant to still get more people into the trade. So last year I got 13 apprentices into the trade. Now, they had never been in, so I got them, and I got 13 of us in there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing.
And unfortunately, I didn't get any ladies in there, but this year so far, I've gotten 3 ladies in. So, but you know, it's open to any and everybody to get in. And so what I do now, they hired me on last year, working part-time, but I'm a job developer there now. And so what I do is I help people get jobs, help them get careers. If you need resume writing, we do all that over there. We have GED, if people need their GED. The Urban League has quite a bit, and they keep adding more and more. They have housing if people want to buy a home after they've gotten a job or a career going. You can buy a home, or if you just want to find a place to rent, they have that. They have rental, information over there. They have an attorney that comes in, and anybody can go talk to him. You get 30 minutes free. He's there every Thursday from 12 to 2. Anybody here a veteran? All right, okay. So there's a veteran guy that comes there on Mondays. If you have any questions, and he's really good because he said it's over. I think he said it's over like 20,000 vets on the north side that don't know a lot of things that's available to them. So, if you want to just come in and just talk to him, he has a wealth of information. And even for your family members, he was telling me a bunch of stuff I just never even knew, so we have a lot of resources over there. So not only do we have people that are looking for jobs, they also have we have three or four different programs. They have an IT program going on over there. The IT is very good. That you don't have to pay for. It's like about $20,000 is what the course is, how much it costs, but you don't have to pay anything. So it's a free course to you. And then at the end they place you. Last year, I think in September, 143 people graduated from the program, and everybody was placed. So they have one, then like for certified nursing assistant, they have TMA, little small programs. The Urban League can pay for that because there's funding. If you live in Hennepin County, then there's money for people that live in Hennepin County. If you live in the city of Minneapolis, there's additional money there sometimes. So the people that actually live in the city of Minneapolis, you are in Hennepin County, so you will be dual enrolled. So then there's extra money available. But if you just live in Hennepin County, not the city of Minneapolis, then you're just in Hennepin County, but there's money there for training. When you get a job, they help you with clothing, with your work outfit that you need. They help you with tools. There's money there for different things. And so it's like 6 job developers. My role is I'm actually with the city of Minneapolis program, and so because I come out of construction, that's my main goal, is I help people get into the union trades. That's what I focus on. So if anybody's interested in that, you can come there, you can see me. We have orientation every Tuesday from 10 to 12. You can come, hear the PowerPoint, see if you're interested. All the job developers, and I happen to be over the job orientation as well. So when you come, you can talk. All the job developers will be down there. And so if you have any questions, you can ask the questions. And if you're interested, then you can fill out the application and we go from there. But when we help people, and then we follow you for a year. So once you get placed on a job, we're there. We follow you. If you have a problem with your employer or whatever, then we're on the phone, we're calling, we go there. We're not going to leave you hanging because you're ours for that year. Okay? So if anybody...
And how do the painters, tell us a little bit more about it.
Okay, so with the painters, it's a 3.5-year program. You get into it, and so you're an apprentice for the 3.5 years. At the end, you become a journey person. Their school is 2 whole days out of the month. Those 2 whole days out of the month, you don't get paid, but you're working all the other days, and you're actually getting paid. And I think they start out at like $17 an hour. All the trade, now it's over 20-something trades, depending upon which trade it is that you want to go to. They're all similar because they all have an apprenticeship that you have to go through. When you complete your apprenticeship program, then you become a journey person. When you become a journey person, that means you can travel anywhere. You know, it's not just right here. You get to travel wherever work is at. Because if there's no work here, you're a journey person, so that means you can travel to another state, just another county or whatever. I know the laborers, I think it's the laborers and the 49ers, I think their classes are like, their program might just be just 2 years. But then there's the electricians, theirs is like a 5 or 6 year program. You know, but it's worth it because the whole time that you're learning, it's on the job training, so you're getting paid and you're getting your raises every so many, hours. You're gonna get a raise. So, and now, it's been kind of slow, but they're starting to pick up now. The people are starting to call me, tell me that they're looking for, either they're looking for an apprentice or somebody that they can sponsor into the program, or they're already looking for a journey person.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. And so, they've already started working on that 35W out there already. So it's 3 people that got that bid, Ames, Lunda, and Schaefer. The lady at Lunda is a sister that's the EEO of that organization.
That's good.
And so, and I partnership with MnDOT, and so I've been reaching out to different contractors and with MnDOT in the city of Minneapolis. And so when they're looking for people, they call me. They want to know if I have anybody. And so now I partnered with MnDOT, and they have a CDL program. They've done their first one already, and then the second one is going to be like in about a month or 2. They're going to start it. And I think with MnDOT, once you do the CDL, get their CDL, they actually hire you because they're looking for people. They're ones that are really trying to fill that diversity goal. So, and I really like working with them.
So let's take a pause for a minute and take questions. Wayne had his hand up for a month.
What's the benefit of being in a union versus a non-union?
The benefit is that you're gonna get your pension. So when you retire, you get a pension every month, like Social Security. You get a check every single month. Then there's an annuity there, so that's another form of retirement there, and that is a big amount of money. That's I think it's every month a certain amount of money goes into there, so that just grows and grows and grows. And that's something totally different. So when you actually retire, you're gonna get 3 different retirements. You can get your Social Security, you can get your pension, and you've got your annuity.
That's good. That's good.
And the pay is excellent. It's excellent.
Wait a second, Pat. Go ahead. Pat, you
Okay, I'm a little older than a few people, right? So therefore, I would be like, at my age, I really do need to be able to create a form of let's I'm 56.
It's okay.
So I need to be able to form some type of nest egg from a job because I don't have that.
Right.
If I gave them 10 years, would there be, or 15 years, would there be any kind of?
Yes, because with all of the trades, you just have to work 5 to 7 years before you're vested. And once you become vested, that money is there for you. Your annuity is there. And then when you retire, you're going to get your pension. So you either have to put in either 5. I know with the painters, it's 5 years. Some of the others, you might have to be vested 7 years. I know a lot of people are going for laborers. The only thing about the laborers is that it is so many laborers out there. It's so many. So a lot of them are not even working because it's just so many of them. So that's the only drawback about a labor.
Well, this was good, and Angelo, that was a really good question. And so I appreciate you asking that. And Talon, don't you try to do the CDL thing?
Yeah, I got you, son.
Okay. But that was a good question, and Angelo was somebody who I had in mind when we talked about, when you and I ran into each other about the painting.
Right.
Because he's strong and everything like this, and I think what he's saying is he can work hard, but not so hard that his body doesn't respond to it.
Right.
And so how?
So you probably don't want to be a laborer then because
Right,
they
exactly.
work hard.
Exactly. At one point I roofed.
So hold on, we ain't going there.
No, I'm just saying.
But listen to what I'm saying. How could, if Angelo wanted to learn more about the painting piece, what would he do?
come to the Urban League on Tuesday when we have job orientation, and you fill out your applications there, and then I'll be your job developer.
Okay.
And so you would meet with me one-on-one, and then we would go figure out where it is that you want to go. I will call over there. I just placed a painter, a lady, so I would do that for you. And so now the one thing about, that I want you all to know about the trades is that you have to have a driver's license. And that's because you have to drive from places to places. If you don't have your driver's license, I do talk to the driver's diversion people, and sometimes they can help.
Oh, go ahead, Robert.
You talk about
Pat was next. I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
Well, no, I mean, my question was just about the contact information, because last year I went through a MnDOT construction training program, for training in cement masonry.
Oh, okay.
And so, just having other contacts and different people, because I was getting ready to tie all my loose ends to get on the I-35.
Okay. So are you still interested in that then?
I'm still interested.
Go ahead and tell the whole story.
Do you have a driver's license? Because the
Oh,
one thing that they said on that particular is that they want people to have their driver's license.
I
You don't
got
have
all,
that?
I
You
got
do?
all that. I got all that.
Oh, good.
They dropped the ball last year when the training was done, and so it kind of swayed me a different way. As far as, jobs, I got a really, really good paying job now, and so it would be kind of a small sacrifice to take time out of my job to, pursue something that may not be all the way 100%.
But did you like being a cement mason?
It's hard work.
It is hard. But they pay good. The cement mason pay very well.
They do if you can get on a crew that is willing to let you on.
So, okay, let me hold up then. So, Pat, if you want to come, it looks like it's Tuesday. So, did you want to pass out?
What time is it?
It's 10 to 12.
Are you passing these out?
Yeah.
Let's
I
go
didn't
ahead.
bring enough stuff because it's a whole lot.
Oh, okay, so what is
You
this?
can take
I'll take a picture.
Yep, you can get that.
Wayne,
So I had
can
these
you
kind
copy
of
that?
like,
Is this what you want? Copy?
yeah,
What else?
You need a copy of this?
Just that?
yeah, that's
Okay.
good. Because I don't know what anybody wants. I kind of like have packets together for people.
So let's hand them up.
Okay.
Robert, what you got?
And then if you don't want it, then you don't have to take it.
So the CDL, the CDL piece, can you talk about that piece a little bit?
Okay, with the CDL, there's like there's 3 different agencies that I deal with. And they're looking for people to get their CDLs. And the CDLs is a big push now because a lot of the contractors, they told me this year that where other people got laid off, the drivers worked all year round. Because not only when the roads are bad here and they couldn't work, they maybe had to go someplace else to work. But the people with their CDLs, the drivers for the construction company, they all worked all year round. None of them got laid off. So if you want to consider being get your CDL, consider being a driver, that's another option.
I got a question for you. Being part of the Blazers union, it's all in the same union down there.
The Blazer?
Yeah.
That's the painters.
Yep. So, is there any am I able to just transfer to the painters? But I'd have to just get a different union rep, right?
Yeah, because you're right there in
Country rep.
yeah.
Yep.
So you want to be a painter with Blazer?
I wasn't feeling the Blazers.
Oh, really? Somebody else told me that
I
too.
was working for Interclass through Eaton Company.
Right, okay.
They were trying to they real picky on doing apprenticeships, and they only do one maybe a year.
Yes.
And so I know a couple people that work for like Swandale.
Swanson, Youngville,
Yeah,
that's who I
Swanson,
started out
Youngville,
with.
yeah. And so therefore painting, I've got experience in that, but now that I got my license back,
Okay.
you know, so.
So let me hold that, so y'all, that's a side conversation, but I just wanna make sure everybody knowing what we're talking about here. If this is, if you wanna move forward with this, normally is your number
I
listed?
I brought some cards.
Can
No,
you
I
give
brought
us a
some
card?
cards.
And for those people, Thailand just got through talking about
Everybody
CDL,
could just call me.
so we can pass these out in case you didn't get it. Take one and pass it. And then Wayne's gonna put it on our email stuff. Wayne, what date is we doing the television show?
26th.
Okay.
Saturday? I'll double check. It's Saturday, 26th, 3 to 6.
So I want you guys to give Norma a real big hand for coming out here. Look right to me. What she's saying for the next step is like on a Tuesday orientation over there at the Urban League. At what time again?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock over on Plymouth, 700 Plymouth?
2100.
2100 Plymouth, that's Plymouth and Penn on the corner.
Yes.
If you got somebody, yourself or somebody else. I want to mention something. Come on,
And you all can call me too. If you just want to call me before you come, you can do that.
I want to mention something to you before we get out of here. This is, I feel like this is important. Thank you, sir. Y'all remember now, and this is relevant to what you're talking about. John, I'm glad you're here to hear this, because John McNeil, he haven't been here now, this is the 3rd straight week, and he hasn't called or anything. Now I'm going to tell you something, I'm worried about John, for a lot of reasons, but for the one reason that I'm sharing with everybody is just that I know him not getting the job at MnDOT, that really crushed him, because he worked really hard. He was in a training program at MnDOT to become a driver. He has a felon, which is 19 or 20 years old. He went through all of the training free, without pay. He had to graduate in the top 20 of his class, which he did. He had every expectation of receiving that job, but when he went through the hiring process, they told him that he had to prove that he was rehabilitated. And it started me to thinking, and Wayne and I, because, do you know what, I've been doing this for 14 years, it'll start 15 in July. I never heard of anybody talking about proving that you're rehabilitated. I never heard it before. Has anybody in here heard that before? No. So listen, what I did, I started asking staff members that I got a relationship with, DOC staff members. Do you know anything about rehabilitation certification? Like, no, there's no such thing as that. Guess what? There is a such thing as that. It was set aside by the Minnesota State Legislature. It's statute number 364 of the criminal offenders, under criminal offender rehabilitation. Everybody in here needs to know about this. My hope is that we're going to give copies of this to everybody in this class. Every class that I teach from now on, I'm making this a focus, because what it really says is that while you're incarcerated, you ought to be documenting those things that would cause you to have proof of rehabilitation. Let me read to you what the rehabilitation says. A person who has been convicted of a crime or crimes which directly relate to the public employment sought or an occupation or a license and sought shall be disqualified from employment or occupation if a person can show competent evidence. Say competent evidence. Competent evidence. This is the active ingredient in this, that you have to show competent evidence of rehabilitation. It's your responsibility. Watch this. Of sufficient rehabilitation and present fitness to perform the duties of public employment sought or the occupation for which the license is sought. Competent evidence, say competent evidence. Competent evidence is of sufficient rehabilitation may be established, and it gives you all these dynamics for it to be established. Following conviction of any crime that would otherwise disqualify the person from the public employment, blah, 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 Here, a copy of the state, Minnesota State, oh, no, that's not it. Release of, a copy of relevant, okay, here's what it applies to us. Evidence showing that at least 1 year has elapsed since release from any local, state, or federal corrections institution without subsequent crime. That's what sunk John. Listen to this. So, John, while you're working in this vein, what you have to then either be advocating for is that there is some demonstration that allows an ex-offender to present competent evidence, because rehabilitation doesn't start when you get out. Rehabilitation for John McNeil and for some of you all started, 18 years ago. And this dude done graduated from every kind of class, done tutored all of math, this, why, woo, skifty woo, but he don't have that stuff chronologically documented that would give you the opportunity to present competent evidence of your rehabilitation. Watch this, I'm talking to all my lifer sons now about coming into the parole hearing, your lifer review board hearing, with competent evidence. And I mean, laying it out in the format that the law states. Let me go further. Is this helping anybody?
Yes.
A copy of relevant Department of Corrections discharge order or other document showing completion of probation or supervision. Well, for him, he can't produce that. That also got him. In addition to the documentary evidence presented, the license or hiring authority shall consider any evidence presented by the applicant. John he was so shot down, he didn't present any of this. But the nature and the seriousness of the crime committed. His crime was aiding and abetting in a homicide. And John was a passenger in a car that did a drive-by on a little kid driving a bicycle. He's not the trigger man. He was in the back seat, but he went to jail for homicide. And the shooter and the other guy been out of jail. John did the most time. I'm just throwing that in. Yeah, as a part of my competent evidence. Right. But anyway, all circumstances relevant to the crime or crimes, including mitigating circumstances of social conditions surrounding the commission of the crime. Watch this. The age of a person at the time of the crime. John was like 16 or 15. Richard, how old were you?
17.
18.
This right here is competent evidence that at that time, you need to be able to speak to that. I mean, not just sit there and speak to it, but literally have a document that lays it out. It's your job. Watch this. The length of time elapsed since the crime was committed. What year was your crime committed?
04.
04.
95.
95. John is way back there around that time. So a lot of time had elapsed since the crime was committed. And all other competent evidence of rehabilitation, watch this, and this is all the classes that you took, POP included, student teachership included, all other classes that you've ever taken relevant to what you did with your time, laid out in chronological order. I know y'all ain't hearing this because this takes work, and when you come home you get too preoccupied to put this kind of work in, but those who are still incarcerated and hoping to get a chance that you've got, I'm causing them to lay this stuff out chronologically. So year by year you can show what you have done with your time, because what you did with your time is the real money, and that demonstrates competent evidence or not. And that can be presented back to a paroling authority and say, wait a minute, I just want you to know I am prepared today to present competent evidence that demonstrates my rehabilitation. Right there, you're quoting their law that right now they know nothing about.
Wow.
None of them know nothing about this. I asked a couple of caseworkers I work with that are good people, does anybody ever present competent evidence of rehabilitation? She says, oh, we don't have anything like that. I'm like, oh, really?
Good to know.
Watch this. And then I'm done. I'm through with it. So listen to this. And present fitness presented, including but not limited to, letters of reference by persons who have been in contact with the applicant since the applicant's release from any local, state, or federal correctional institution. So now watch this. Had we known this, I wouldn't have sent John into that unprepared without competent evidence. And the competent evidence he presented, it forces him to get a relevant hearing, or it suggests the employer is in violation of this law. Now, we ain't no big time lawyers or nothing, but at least there is something there to stand on. Right? If you come in there with your portfolio, and you have to be prepared to do that. So from now on, I'm talking about I'll be in Rush City tomorrow. We're going over all of this. Everybody's going to walk out of there knowing you're not going to leave the class ignorant of the fact that this law existed and been existed the whole time. And it's important too, because what happens if you say you got a lapse between 2014 and 2017, you can't show that you was doing nothing. Now, that would make me question, well, what you been doing, man? You get what I'm saying? Right. And so this, for those of us who this is critical to, being prepared to present competent evidence is key. And John would have had at least a fighting chance. Now, he could reapply for the job he already qualified for after he'd been out 1 year. But this thing hurt him so bad. He sat right there where Philip is. Now, John is a songwriter, plays 6 or 7 different instruments, plays the piano and all, could sing like a whatchamajig. And I'm talking about, he sat there and he was in unreality. You know what he said? He said, man, I don't feel like singing. And he was sour, and it's just not him. And so I'll just try to reach out to that boy right now and call him right from here. Let me see if I can get my phone to work in this dungeon right here, because you know how this joint is. But I just want John to know that he is not forgotten. And I want you to know that you have to be able to present competent evidence. Be prepared for that. And just because they didn't ask you for it yet, don't mean you don't need it.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. Kelly,
that must be
is not available. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages.
Sounds like his mom or something.
Yeah, that's not.
You got his number? Would you give it to me? 651. You got the
221-1972.
You calling right now?
612. 221-1972.
221-1972. Huh?
It's not accepting calls.
If I talk to him, he's doing this advisory meeting right now.
He's doing what?
He's
John? Hey, we're doing good. Pop guy on 3, 1, 2, 3. Pop guy! We'll be over here talking about you, man, because you're not here. I don't know what you're doing, but we miss you, boy. You all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah. But don't get too scatterbrained. You don't know where you belong. Now, come on back. All right? All right. All right. I'm not going to keep you, but we want to make contact with you. We over here trying to get our competent evidence together. All right. All right, well, we love you. We'll talk to you soon. All right. That's good. Thank you very much. We're going to get on out of here.
Hey, but before we do that, Ananiah was saying when he first came, when he first went to St. Cloud.
Come on, Andy. We got to have everybody in.
Oh, no,
Brother Shane, Brother Shane, Miss Nunn's wife, Juanita, her grandmother had a stroke. Maybe that's why he had to go.
Just now?
Well, I called to check on them today.
Okay.
And that was the information that I received from her.
Okay. You know, did you have a good Mother's Day?
Happy Mother's Day. All you mothers.
It was a blessing just to be alive.
Did you have a good Mother's Day? No?
Happy Mother's Day.
We love y'all here, and Miss Lolita does. She kind of mothers on this group in a way. I really appreciate her for that. And there's really no word really to describe it, but you just do what you do. Right? And clearly we need that. Let's pledge out of here. I will.
I will.
Balance my family values.
Balance my family values.
With my goals.
With my goals.
I will.
I will.
Exercise wisdom.
Exercise wisdom.
Just think about that word for a minute. Wisdom. And what I choose to eat.
What I choose to eat.
Read.
And
do.
And do.
I will.
I will.
Strive to make all relationships.
Strive to make all relationships.
Win-win.
Win-win.
Or no deal.
Or no deal.
Just think about that. I will.
I will.
Under every circumstance.
Under every circumstance.
Maintain a positive attitude.
Maintain a positive attitude.
I read something once that said that trials of life don't come to kill you. They come to make you stronger. And that in your strength you have to get stronger in the broken places. I just want you to think about it. Stronger in the broken places. I will.
I will.
Enjoy my life.
Enjoy my life.
With a sense of humor.
With a sense of humor.
While taking advantage of opportunities.
While taking advantage of opportunities.
And learning from my misfortune.
And learning from my misfortunes.
I will.
I will.
Act upon circumstances.
Act upon circumstances.
Rather than have them act upon me.
Rather than have them act upon me.
I will.
I will.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
Be proactive with my goals.
Be proactive with my goals.
I will.
I will.
Always protect my wisdom.
Always protect my wisdom.
My health.
My health.
My happiness.
My happiness.
And my money.
And my money.
I just want you to think about it.
Yeah.
You know, some people up here, love that poverty stuff. I don't care for it. I'm just trying to tell you that. Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care what nobody says. I will.
I will.
Always protect my wisdom.
Always protect my wisdom.
My health.
My health.
My happiness.
My happiness.
My money.
My money.
I will.
I will.
Stay principle centered.
Stay principle centered.
Maintain a positive circle of influence.
And maintain a positive circle of
I
influence.
will.
I will.
Daily learn.
Daily learn.
Commit.
Commit.
And do.
And do.
I will.
I will.
Take care of my money.
Take care of my money.
Take care of me.
Wait for all the amens to die down. I will.
I will.
Act according to the POP Leadership Institute.
Act according to the POP Leadership Institute.
Be productive in my community.
Be productive in my community.
And my private life.
And my private life.
I just want you to know that the pledge that I just read was just so powerful. It teaches me everything. It was written by one of the pop guys. But that pop guy didn't follow this pledge. And he's dead now and gone. Listen to this. I will.
I will.
Always.
Always.
Not sometimes.
Not sometimes.
I can't hear you.
Not sometimes.
Protect my wisdom.
Protect my wisdom.
Now watch this. The assumption is that you have wisdom to protect. And the truth of the matter is that Creator already gave you wisdom when you came through the door. And it didn't matter who your parents were or what they were going through. Wisdom was a part of the package that you came with. And that's why this affirmation tells you it's important for you to protect the thing that the Creator gave you before you were placed in your mother's womb. Not only will you protect your wisdom that you already have, but your health that you must guard, your happiness, which is critical, and your money.
And my money.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You got to protect it. I will.
I will.
Act according to the POP Leadership Institute.
Act according to the POP Leadership Institute.
And be productive.
And be productive.
This is how you get the money. This be productive. Becoming productive allows you to stop chasing money and money to come finding you. It's your productivity that generates and creates the flow. Say flow.
Flow.
Yeah, money is currency. And currency comes in a flow. And if you cut the flow off with a poor attitude, a poor demonstration, a poor disposition, or any of that kind of stuff, you don't realize it, but you're cutting off the flow of the currency to you. And you be wondering why I can't get mine. I'm sorry for you, but I'm going to get mine. I will.
I will.
Always protect my wisdom.
Always protect my wisdom.
My health.
My health.
My happiness.
My happiness.
And my money. All right, let's hug somebody, get on out of here. Help clean up. Help clean up this joint. Hey.